In today's episode, I'll be talking about the groceries that I bought at Whole Foods, and I'll also be touching on topics like why I prefer or why I like buying my groceries at Whole Foods, and also I'll be talking about some differences between Whole Foods Pickup Prime Now and Whole Foods Delivery. So if you're new here, my name is Dick Wyn, and in this channel I talk about tech and food related videos. If that's something you're interested in, definitely consider subscribing. This is Grocery Haul Quarantine Edition. We're at episode 6 right now. And to existing subscribers, this is a new time slot that I'm uploading this video. This is a Sunday that I'm uploading versus a Thursday, which I usually upload my videos. And this was the originally intended time slot that I had when I first envisioned this whole series a few months back. So I'm glad that it's finally being uploaded on a Sunday versus on a Thursday. So for today's video, I got my groceries through Whole Foods at Amazon.com. So it was like an online ordering, and I picked it up online at the Whole Foods store. And while I was there, I also got myself some boba mochi fresh. If you haven't checked the video about my boba comparison video in Tempe, make sure to check it out in the top right corner here. That's a pretty interesting video, so it was nearby Whole Foods, so I decided to get some. So I'm going to go through the groceries that I went through here, and after I'm going to be talking a little bit about my experience like shopping at Whole Foods through Amazon.com. So one thing to take note of here is that for this episode and future episodes, I'm going to be doing something different. Is that I'm not going to be disinfecting all of my items with the disinfecting wipes. One is because I cannot get any kind of disinfecting wipes or disinfecting liquid anywhere. I tried for the past 2 weeks and it was super hard. Everywhere seems to be out of sale of these things, so I need to plan for it because this bucket is nearly done. So I'll need to think forward. But my plan here is that for the perishables like these fruits and vegetables, I'll not be wiping them down. Honestly, I haven't been wiping them down in the previous videos anyways. And some of these things in the packaging that are intact, what I'll do is just that before I put it in my fridge, I'll just take it open and I'll dump everything inside of this package. So everything here hasn't been wiped here, so there is a potential risk for COVID-19 or coronavirus to be sticking onto it. Honestly, out of all these episodes I've been wiping it down, honestly it kind of felt redundant, and I felt like, was it really necessary for me to do it? But then I thought about it and I looked through the internet for suggestions. Like people say you don't need to do it. The government officials, I think the CDC says you don't need to actually like wipe down your groceries. But for me, having things wiped down or properly clean whenever I bring my groceries gives me a peace of mind that I'm not having any COVID-19 or coronavirus kind of like infections on the products of my groceries. If you remembered my previous episode with the Instacart and Costco one, you might have seen that this is less bulkier and less bigger in the size. It's more smaller packages everywhere. So this is a normal grocery store. Costco in another sense is more of like a hypermarket or kind of like a wholesale. They sell things in bulk. So first thing in the front here, I got 3 chickens. So these are all air chilled. These are different prices. But I got these 3 chickens here. I just wanted to try the different varieties. I've tried these 2 before mostly, but I haven't tried this young fresh chicken here. But for the most part, I bought these 3 just for future when I do groceries at different places that they might not have fresh chicken. I have it at least in the freezer. I'm going to usually just freeze it up. And in the back here, I got some chicken drumsticks. So I'm planning to do some recipes on this, experiment on some recipes and possibly a video in the future. And in the front here, I got some Atlantic salmon. And for things like this that's in the package, I'll definitely be, after I'm done with shooting the video, I'll take it out of the packaging and properly portion it into a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer so that this packaging itself will be thrown away. So I don't need to disinfect that. Back here, I got some garlic here. Garlic is always helpful to have. And I got a watermelon, a mini watermelon. Like it's summer right now and it's super hot outside, and I was outside picking up my groceries just now and like it was so hot, and like watermelon is always a good summer kind of fruit there. The back here I got plant-based breakfast patties. Like this is a Whole Foods brand, and I was reading through the label in the bag. It looked pretty clean ingredients, and I'm very interested in trying out how this tastes like. I've never tried the kind of like Whole Foods or generic brand plant-based kind of like protein here. So this should be interesting to try out. In the back here, I got some pasture-raised eggs from Vital Farms. I really like this a lot, and oh, okay, I just realized one of the eggs have cracked. But for these eggs itself, like I'm going to be taking it out of the container and putting it into my fridge, where if you watched my previous video, I had the Costco, the 24 pack there, so I'll be putting the eggs directly into that. So I'll put this aside here. I'll take note of that eggs, and I'll definitely be contacting Amazon for that. And back here I have some spring onions. These are always good for stir fries. I got a red onion and 2 yellow onions here. These are usually good for cooking. I got some American cheese. Always good to have American cheese in sandwiches, or like some rice, or like some pasta, you know. I usually put this on rice, like it's an interesting thing. Maybe I'll do a video in the future, like putting American cheese on rice is surprisingly good. In the back here, I got some cauliflower. I really like cauliflower, so I usually like to just cut them and just do a simple stir fry, or even just boil them and just steam them and just put some salt and eat them directly. In the back here, this is also one of the plant-based protein items from Whole Foods. This is their plant-based nuggets. So I bought this just to try it out. These 2 items are Whole Food branded items. So these are generic brands versus the more like premium brands like Beyond Meat or Impossible Meats. Speaking of Beyond Meat, I have this Beyond Beef Crumble. So this is plant-based crumbles that I have. I haven't tried this before. I've tried their ground beef that is made out of plant protein, but I haven't tried this crumbles here. I wonder if there's anything different with that. I'll try it out there. If I really like it, I might do a video on it in the future. And in the back here, I have nutritional yeast. This is really a good condiment to add on anything. To finish it up, it gives it a very umami taste, and this is vegan. This is vegan and gluten-free, and yeah, it usually gives it a cheesy flavor. If you don't eat like cheese, if you're vegan and you don't eat cheese, this is a very good replacement. In the back here, I got some organic orange juice with extra pulp, and this is White Claw Hard Seltzer. This is alcohol. This has 5% alcohol in terms of volume, so it's more like beer. And the reason why I got this is that I have heard about White Claw. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about the hype that millennials have with White Claw and why they drink it a lot. So I've never tried it before. This is apparently this is a black cherry flavor and one of their most popular flavors. So I decided to try it out. I've never tried it before, so I'll give it a taste. Yeah, if I like it, I'll probably do a video about that, about all the flavors. They have a wide range of flavors. But for me personally, like I wouldn't drink it because there is natural flavors. The cherry flavor that they're getting is from natural cherry juice concentrate. So it's from concentrate, it's not actually cherry juice, but I'm gonna give it a try here. And at the back here, I have some apple juice. I'm not gonna drink this per se. It's more for cooking things like in the Instant Pot when I cook like chicken or cooking like meat. This is always a good kind of liquid to put in the Instant Pot when I'm boiling something or steaming something, so it gives it additional flavor, especially for meat. I think the last thing I have here is almond milk. So this is from Whole Foods brand. So in total, I spent $132.51. I picked it up at Whole Foods directly. There was no tip, there was no kind of delivery fee or pickup fee. So everything is just inclusive of what I bought. And I paid it with my Chase Freedom card, which has 5% cashback for Amazon.com and Whole Foods purchases. So for this entire purchase, I'll be getting about 700 Ultimate Reward points, which is a really nice deal here. Usually when I go to Whole Foods or if I buy something on Amazon, I'll use my Amazon Prime Rewards credit card, which gets 5% back, but that is cash back. But if I'm using my Chase Freedom card right now, which the quarter right now is for Amazon and Whole Foods purchases, I'll get Ultimate Reward points, which will be equivalent to more of 7.5% when I combine it with my Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card. And that is a very good segue to talk about what the difference is between shopping for Whole Foods at Amazon.com versus Prime Now. So I've tried ordering from Whole Foods through Prime Now, which is Amazon's 2-hour delivery service. But it seems that right now, this whole period, they actually introduced delivery or pickup through Amazon.com. So I can go to Amazon.com directly and buy items through Whole Foods. The one that I bought from, which was from Amazon.com Whole Foods pickup at the local store, for that, the items are different compared to the Amazon.com Whole Foods delivery service, which I assume that comes from the warehouse itself versus the actual store, because they have a different stock count. So it's like some items, like I initially wanted chicken wings, but they did not have it for pickup. They only had it for delivery, which is a separate kind of like separate fee. It requires like a $35 minimum to cut off the delivery fee, so I wasn't very happy about that. So I ended up just doing a pickup instead. And lastly, there is Amazon Prime Now, which is equivalent to just picking up like what I did today, which is picking up items from Whole Foods, or you can also order delivery items from Amazon.com that will reach your doorstep within 2 hours. So that's a bit complex there. I'll probably do a video about a more detailed breakdown about the differences between that. Let me know down in the comments if you're interested in a video like that. But one thing that I'm not really a fan of for Prime Now is really how they charge, how they're categorizing it in my credit card statement. So I think a few months back, the Chase Freedom had like 5% back for groceries, and I tried it out. I was assuming that Prime Now will be quoted as groceries, so I'll get 5%, but in fact they quoted it as like, I think so it's delivery service or something like that. I only got 1% back. I did not get 5% back. I wasn't very happy about that. But for this purchase where I bought through Amazon.com and I'm buying things from Whole Foods directly, I'm actually getting 5% back because the charge is going through Amazon.com. So that's one thing to take note of if you're really into credit cards and you really want to maximize the value of your purchase. Like for me, honestly, every time when I buy something, I maximize the value that I'm getting from my credit cards. Like I don't want to get 1%. I want to get the most value, like 5% or 5 points per dollar from anything that I'm spending. And that is a very good segue for me to talk about why I like or prefer to buy my groceries at Whole Foods. I know Whole Foods has this stigma of being like this high-priced grocery store, organic stuff that doesn't make sense, like this jacked up pricing. But for me personally, like when I shop at grocery stores, what I really enjoy is really looking at the ingredients that the items come in. Compared to if I were to go to Walmart or Target or any kind of big box grocery stores, usually I have to hunt down for items that have good quality in them. So like for example, this apple juice, I like buying this from Whole Foods compared to Walmart because the one that is sold at Whole Foods, if you look at the ingredients here, the ingredients is organic, pasteurized, unfiltered apple juice, and that's it. And here I have almond milk from Whole Foods. Like the reason why I prefer buying Whole Foods brand is that they don't add any kind of like crazy ingredients. Everything is pretty clear cut in terms of how almond milk is supposed to be made. Like opposed to just blending my own almonds and like filtering it out, this is the next best option in my opinion. They don't add any kind of natural flavors. There is no kind of extra preservatives that are adding that is unnecessary to it. And you might have heard me talk a little bit about natural flavors in the previous episode of Grocery Haul Quarantine Edition. And the reason why I'm very against it is that natural flavors, there's really nothing natural about it. I'll leave a document down below, right below that like button there in the description box. So you can check out that documentary that talks about natural flavor. And natural flavor in a sense, it's nothing natural about it. It just starts from a natural ingredient and they can add any amount of chemicals that they can to make it like whatever flavor they want. So that's why I'm against having natural flavors. For some companies like maybe like this for hard seltzer, like when they add natural flavors to the ingredients, they might be using it to keep their trade secret, so trying to add some kind of artificial flavors into it. But it starts with maybe like actual cherry, but they add chemicals into it to make it more, make the taste more unique in a sense there. And yeah, that is it for today's episode of Grocery Haul Quarantine Edition. Let me know down in the comments what is your favorite grocery item that you really like to buy, and do you shop at Whole Foods, or what kind of grocery stores do you usually shop? If you have one that you want me to try out, definitely let me know down in the comment section. I remember there was a comment in a previous video about one person asking me to go to Trader Joe's to do a grocery haul episode. Trader Joe's opened near ASU recently, so that was definitely on my radar to do in a future episode. But yeah, if you do go out to get groceries, don't forget to wear a mask and keep yourself protected. And I will catch you in the next video.